Look at those. Look at verse 9. I tell you, make friends for yourselves by means of unrighteous wealth, so that when it fails, okay, it's temporary, it's going to burn up, so that when that happens, they, who's the they? Your friends that you made with unrighteous wealth, so that they may receive you into the eternal dwellings. Jesus is saying, use your temporary, worldly, gonna perish, burn up wealth. Use your temporary wealth for eternal purposes, eternal ends. Take this stuff that's gonna burn up and leverage it while you've got it so that you can make friends for yourselves, so that when you get to heaven, they're gonna welcome you when you get there. That's application number one. Like the guy in the parable, Jesus is saying, you've got a little bit of time. Like the guy in the parable, you've got a little bit of money. Like the guy in the parable, you're a manager, you're not an owner. And like this guy in the parable, we ought to take our little bit of time and our little bit of money and our one opportunity and leverage it so that in the future we can capitalize on the decisions that we make right now. Make friends for ourselves, just like this guy made friends for himself so that when he lost his job, he could go in there and maybe stay the night, get a little bit of food. Jesus is saying, use your temporary worldly wealth so that you can secure friendships when you get to heaven. Now, I don't know if you take this literally or not, so I'm not going to say that this is literally going to happen, but the picture is this, that if you're a Christian person, remember, this is an insider discussion. So if you're a Christian person, you walk into heaven, people are going to be there and they're going to be like, hey, welcome to heaven. I'm so glad that you're here. And you're going to be like, who are you? Okay, you're a Bible character? Okay, you thought Moses would have a bigger beard. You know, who are you? And they're going to say, no, I'm not Moses. You remember that one time when you gave to the world missions offering? Because you gave that offering, on that mission trip, someone shared the gospel with my mother there in South Africa, and my mother led me to Christ. So as a result of your generosity, I'm in heaven, and I just want to thank you. I'm glad that you're here. You remember that kid that you sponsored on camp? I know you went to the 825 service. You didn't know who I was, but you remember how you sponsored me on that youth camp? At youth camp, I became a Christian. I put my faith in Jesus Christ, and I just want to thank you for your generosity. Because you gave, because you leveraged your wealth and your time and opportunity for my sake, I'm in heaven, and I just want to welcome you. I just want to thank you. Jesus is saying, take your little bit of time, your little bit of opportunity, leverage it so that when you get to heaven, there are going to be people there who welcome you. So you got a boat, use your boat to lead people, secure people a place in eternity. You got a house? You want to know something about your house? It doesn't matter whether you have 2,500 square feet or 700 square feet. Your house is temporary. So Jesus is saying, use your house, leverage your house in such a way that you help bring people into the kingdom. You got a refrigerator? Use your refrigerator so that when those kids come over to your house after school because your child invited them, they can eat you out of house and home, but you're going to leverage those groceries in that refrigerator so that those kids somehow come to faith in Jesus Christ. You got a basement? Use your basement. You got a guitar? Use your guitar. You got a really nice car? Use your really nice car. Leverage your really nice stuff. Leverage your money, your $50,000 a year job, your paycheck. Leverage all of those things in such a way that you're making friends for yourself when you get to heaven. That's how you act shrewdly with your finances. Jesus is saying, take a lesson from the world. The world's wise that when it comes to leveraging their money and capitalizing on it in the future. I want you to do the same thing, but not for selfish ambition, not for your own profits, but I want you to do it so that people come to faith in Jesus Christ. That's a totally different way of thinking about personal finance. My money's not about securing for me a better future. It's not about getting a bigger home. It's not even about getting my car paid off. It's about how can I use what God has given me so that I can help people, introduce people who are eternal and won't fade away into a saving relationship with Jesus Christ.